Libra, I am Jess from the Nimbi, bringing you a timeless tarot message. This message is intended to find you when you need to hear something within it most. We're gonna, oops, hang on, I lost a card. All right, we're gonna start with an overall energy for this reading. I want to see what that one was. Emptied. All right, some of you might be feeling a little bit drained. Taking advantage of is a word that came to mind. Anyways, let's go ahead and start with an overall energy. Universe, angels, spirits, guides, ancestors, aliens, please give me the message that this Libra or this viewer needs to hear most at this time on their journey. Please and thank you. Libra, any placement, cross watchers are always welcome. My intention is that a message will find you regardless of the sign I put in the title. So if you're drawn to a title of a video, watch it. There's probably a message there for you. I don't title my videos so that they'll get views. I title them based on what I feel what I feel the message, like, what am I trying to say? You know, I've noticed that some of my videos will not get very many views because I've named them in a way that probably like triggers people. So, you know, I do that intentionally. Yeah, some people don't like it, so it is what it is. But anyways, what do we got, Libra? Yeah, because getting these messages to the right people is really my intention here. Right. Inner life coming through. I do receive channeled messages, so just take the ones that resonate for you and keep in mind that these are general readings. Again, just take the messages that resonate for you. Okay, inner life. Your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. Number 43. I got this one recently for another sign. I don't think it was you guys. It's hard for me to remember while I'm channeling. So yeah, I talked specifically in that reading about having space versus holding space. And I still really am getting that message coming through. You know, sometimes things need to be let go of in order to free up space for something new to come in. All right. And that could just be energetically. Sometimes we energetically hold on to things. All right, let's see what wants to come out, Libra. Okay, what message do we have for Libra today, universe? Thank you. The Queen of Wands. Holy smokes. Okay. Queen of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Nice. That's that way. The Four of Swords in the reverse, the Eight of Swords. All right. Thank you. You've got a lot to say. Three of Swords. I'm going to stop there. Queen of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. That would be really stepping into your power, really bringing your power to the forefront in a very tangible sense. I'm getting this very like determined energy tied to that. It feels really, actually really good. The Four of Swords in the reverse and the Eight of Swords. You know, I kind of get this sense of a little bit of like not wanting to heal in some way. There's this guy who's character, I don't know if it's a guy, hanging out here behind all these swords, kind of cowering down. The Four of Swords is all about like retreating, pulling back your energy, can be healing, things like that, but it's in the reverse. So it's almost like, you know, it's this poor me attitude coming through. And yeah, and I'm being guided to say that this doesn't necessarily have to be your energy. There's a hint of blame coming through with this as well, and I'm not sure what that's all about. So the Three of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, this is heartache. And I get this sense of that's tying into the Eight of Swords, Four of Swords energy. There is a lot of Swords energy coming through here right now. You know, that's being in a very heady space. There's a lot of words being said. I'm hearing sharp words. Interesting. So yeah, so there's maybe a lot of back and forth with sharp words, and it has to do with kind of like people's ideas of things. The Five of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck. This is feeling left out in the cold, abandoned is specifically coming through. Yeah, okay, so going back to this having space versus holding space and really letting things go. I feel the call to repeat that. Sometimes it's good to let things go, particularly if we're being blamed for things. Interesting. So yeah. So I'm really being guided to say that this could be someone else's energy that's connected to you. All right. I'm being guided to ask you if you're reaping what you've planted. Like, that's not how it wants to come through. If the seeds that you sown are bringing you what you intended. Okay. Talk to me about this 5 of Pentacles. Thank you. One more. Okay. See, you've got a lot. There's a lot of words here that want to come out. Interesting. So that was the first card. The 9 of Pentacles. Okay. The 4 of Cups, the Justice card, and the 5 of Wands. Yeah. Okay. I'm hearing enough is enough. Yeah, that just keeps coming through. Enough is enough. There's this very independent energy here, this very self-sufficient, abundant energy coming through, very powerful energy. It feels very much like that Queen of Wands energy that's like just kind of taking matters into their own hands and like moving on in a way that serves them, that will ultimately be really good for them. And then we've got the 4 of Cups, the Justice card, and the 5 of Wands. There is a lot of conflict bringing... I don't know that this is currently happening. I feel like it's just around. It probably is currently happening for some of you, maybe in the past for others, or it's just kind of like you're still feeling the ripple effects from it. But, you know, this is wanting balance. Retribution is what I just heard. Wanting retribution for whatever this kind of very combative energy is. You know, somebody's missing out on an opportunity because they're kind of stuck in wanting to balance this like combative energy. So what you're being called to do is adopt this energy of this 9 of Pentacles, this somebody who's abundant, who's taking charge of their life, who's independent, who's not catering to other people's needs. You know, she's like the Queen of Pentacles in that she's very abundant and has everything she needs around her, but I don't feel that she's as supporting of others as the Queen of Pentacles is. I feel she's a little more self-serving, but not in a bad way, like in a very good way. She has boundaries and she's very picky about what she wants to allow into her life. I feel like she's kind of done with this. Enough is enough energy. She's done with this energy. She wants to bring balance and harmony and truth into her life because in the past, maybe she has missed opportunities. I say he and she because that is the gender on the card. It does not actually apply to the energies that could be at play in your life. So this 9 of Pentacles could very well be a masculine energy in your situation. But I'm saying she because it's a female on the card. So yeah, just, I had to throw that out there. Yeah, so, you know, there's a sense of kind of focusing on the wrong things. And enough is enough is what I just keep hearing. All right, enough is enough. Yeah, look at that. The King of Swords, enough is enough. He knows when it's been enough. He cuts it out. And he's very cold about it, as is the Queen of Swords. Okay. All right. Talk to me about the Queen of Wands. Talk to me about the Queen of Wands for Libra, please. The Star card. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull these down. Okay, we've got the Star card. Did I not just mention the Queen of Swords? Okay, the Star card, the Queen of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Enough is enough. I keep hearing it. Enough is enough. Yeah, that Queen of Swords. Again, going back to that King of Swords energy that I was just feeling. I did feel very strong undercurrent of Queen of Swords. Just very cold, very cut and dry. Like I can't do it anymore. I need to heal. Kind of seeing things from a different perspective. Perhaps in the past, this Queen of Swords was trying to take on a more balanced approach to heal a situation. I feel like that made her feel a little bit trapped, and she's finally cutting herself free of something to step into this Queen of Wands energy, which actually feels really nice. It feels a little more balanced, a little less cold. It feels a little more passionate. She is finally taking charge of her inner happiness and healing her inner happiness. I get this sense that somebody was maybe trying to tiptoe around a situation to appease others, to keep the peace, and I feel like that's not happening anymore. The Ten of Pentacles, please tell me about the Ten of Pentacles. Thank you. Yeah, the Death card and the Emperor. Right, that's not happening anymore. Yeah, so the Ten of Pentacles can represent like a happy home, family, all of the tangible things. But it also can be kind of, that the kind of like darker energy of that would be letting that kind of dictate your decisions, trying to keep that happy home and keep the peace and keep everything kind of like status quo, can also be a trap, right? And I feel this sense that there's this transformative energy that wants to come through. You don't want to be trapped in that anymore. There's this sense of wanting to move past this like kind of really cold energy. I get this very cold energy coming. I don't know if it's you, Libra, or if it's somebody connected to you. But, it could also be why you didn't want to, or why someone didn't want to disturb the peace. There's this sense of kind of needing to go into like a self-reflective mode and realize that it's not up to you to get others to see something they're not seeing. I'm being guided to say you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So there's this sense of really wanting to keep the peace, and wanting stability, wanting structure, wanting control in a situation. But I feel like that's actually kind of trapping some of you and keeping some of you stuck. And there's really a need to establish some kind of boundary here. Let's talk about this Four of Swords, please. Okay. The Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands coming out with the Four of Swords in the reverse. This was kind of that blame mentality that I'm feeling. There's this sense of like, I've done so much, I've juggled so many things, and I'm going unappreciated. I'm putting the guards up because I have gone past my point, like past the breaking point is what I'm hearing. Like you've put in too much work. You feel like you've maybe done everything you could, and you've foregone a lot of your own inner healing to kind of to keep stability. You wanted stability. You wanted balance, you wanted equilibrium, but I feel like that wasn't happening. And so there was just this sense of you were pushing your own needs, your own need to heal, your own need to retreat, to pull back away. And in doing that, it created a lot of barriers, a lot of blockages for yourself. Let's talk about this Eight of Swords. Yeah, now you're feeling a little bit stuck in that energy. Thank you. The oh poor me thing is coming through again. Yeah. So we've got the Judgment card, the Four of Pentacles, and the Chariot. This guy, he's screaming, oh, poor me. Like, humph. I'm just going to sit here and kind of stew. I get this energy of like somebody just ruminating on the past. I'm just going to kind of sit here I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to stay trapped in it. But what you're being called to do, I think you're hearing the call to move away from it, to come up out of this kind of dead space, this space of stagnation. You're being called by your higher self, by signs, symbols, things around you, to make some kind of move. We have the Chariot here. It talks about making move, talks about movement. In addition to talking about movement, though, it talks about willpower. It talks about balance. It talks about equilibrium. It talks about kind of like harmonizing energies, bringing balance between the light and the dark, using your mind power, your willpower to move. There's some sense of that coming through. It's like listening to the call to finally make a move. I don't feel this energy is currently at play right now. I feel like somebody's still a little bit stuck in this energy. So it's maybe time to listen to those calls, those symbols, those synchronicities around you that are begging, pleading, asking you to move. Oh, interesting. So I put the deck down, and I thought I put it down face up, but this was just sitting on top of the deck, not face up. So apparently there was another card. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. Like I was just saying, over here, I feel like you're still in this energy of this oh poor me energy, not wanting to make a move. You're being called to make a move. It's a part of, it's a part of your path. It's time for the wheel to turn, is what I'm hearing. So maybe some of you have been stuck in this really dark space, which I do feel very strongly. But it's like, it's time to move into something lighter. It's time to bring balance between the light and the dark. Yeah. Let's see. We're going to go to this Three of Swords now. Tell me about the Three of Swords. Thank you. Okay. Okay, that's a lot. All right, we've got the Fool. Nice. All right, so the Fool came out first. That's a new beginning, right? That's taking a risk. That's taking a leap. That's taking a leap without really caring about the ramifications. Like the Fool, he doesn't really know. He's not really caring so much about what's after this cliff. Like he is just going for it. He just is moving. The sun is shining upon him, and it's like, there's little signals that like, hey, stay aware, be aware, but he's just kind of going for it. So there's this sense of really just going for something. And I love that this is coming out with the Three of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Magician. Celebrating movement and kind of a coming together of things that you've manifested. So this Fool, after he, steps forward, he meets the Magician, right? The Magician has all of the tools that he would need to create whatever it is that he wants. So it's like you need to take this risk in order to come to this space where you're given the tools to make something that you want. And with that comes action and celebration. So I'm really loving that. I feel like you're kind of stuck though in this Three of Swords energy right now. But as soon as you move out of that, which is what we're just talking about up here, there's going to be a lot to celebrate. There's going to be a lot of movement. There's going to be the potential to build anything that you want into your reality. Sorry, my children are being noisy. Okay. The Five of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, and I saw this guy a couple of times. So this is really, kind of focusing on what didn't work. Instead of focusing on the possibilities that exist behind you. So there's something to that. Again, we have that energy kind of over here where it's like just not really seeing things differently. We also have the Hanged Man. It's the same kind of energy of just this, like, I'm not going to say lack of focus, even though that's what's coming to my head. It's misdirected focus, because I do feel this sense that there is focus. It's just not on what it should be. I feel like maybe you're kind of stuck in this combative energy, feeling trapped, feeling stuck, feeling like you can't make a move, because you don't want to disturb the peace. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's grab you some advice, Libra. I'm going to go with the Tarot of Dreams for this. Advice for Libra regarding this spread. Those two cards fell out. Look at that. The King of Cups and the King of Wands. I'm going to put them back. But, you know, yeah, it's really kind of taking charge of your energy. Let's see. Libra. Advice for Libra, please. Thank you. The Moon. One more. The King of Swords in the reverse. I hope that you guys can't hear that too much. All right, what is that? Yeah. All right, the Moon, the King of Swords in reverse, and the Palace of Wands. There's this hint of fear coming through. I'm seeing like a closet and like the bats flying out of this closet that's been like closed up for way incredibly too long. There's spider webs and like it looks really creepy and scary in there. And it's like somebody is opening that and not quite sure how to handle it. There's this sense of like overwhelm. Like how do you deal with that energy? But once this is cleared away, once you kind of like see clearly how to handle all of this like stuff, the creepy crawlies is what I'm heard. Once you figure out how to handle that and take the initiative and do it, there's this sense of not doing that quite yet. But once you do that, you're going to step into this Palace of Wands energy, which feels really nice because the Palace of Wands is a place where there's a lot of passion, a lot of creativity. Again, I'm being reminded of the magician, you know, of a coming together of all of these different tools in order to create what it is that you want. And I feel like maybe you want this Palace of Wands. Where it's focused a little more on on passion and joy and creativity and love instead of like fully on just the tangible like Ten of Pentacles stuff. Yeah, okay, interesting. And then, oh, look at that. The Two of Cups is on the bottom of the deck, which we kind of got the Two of Cups over here too. Ooh. Interesting, the Queen of Cups right there. You know, the Two of Cups is sitting right there. So there's this hint of this is coming, I feel like. Balance, union, equilibrium. But first you got to work through a couple of things that specifically feel tied to boundaries and making sure that you're planting the seeds that you want to grow. Yeah, that's what I've got for you. Let's grab you a fortune. Take that first step today. Nice. I'm going to put that right there on the Fool card, taking the risk, taking the leap, finding the movement, because yeah, that I think ultimately is what needs to happen here for you. All right, Libra, I hope that this content resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, subscribe. I always love your comments as well. And until next time, sending much love and light. Bye, guys.